In crypto, it can be easy at times to get caught up in the FUD and allow market sentiment to blur your vision, distracting you from the bigger picture, impacting your ability to understand how the landscape is taking shape, and in turn foresee where it's likely heading. But the markets and media of today tell us little about the value of tomorrow. Real value can only truly be found long term in the technology and community that surrounds it. The strength of a community is in each individual member, and the strength of each member is in the community itself. Day by day, as the peer-reviewed technology continues to roll out and the Cardano collective moves forward together, the inevitability of success, realizing true value, is effectively taking care of itself. When you come away from the charts, zoom out and look at the Cardano ecosystem as a whole, the level of activity taking place in all different directions is extremely telling, providing a huge insight to what the future holds. Since the dawn of time, history tells us that those who seek to collaborate, innovate, and improvise most effectively have always prevailed. Welcome back for today's installment of Cardano Insights, where we track the all-important developments at the very pulse of Cardano and its ecosystem each weekday. So let's get straight into it. So first up today, and I just want to elaborate further on what I was trying to get across in my intro, the Cardano ecosystem is undoubtedly maturing, and as a result of a huge collective effort, is becoming a real unstoppable force. Since the launch of smart contracts, it was always going to be a long road in building out the tooling, infrastructure, and in turn producing a vibrant ecosystem of quality dApps. This isn't something that happens overnight. The criticism for a lack of utility is extremely short-sighted, and you only have to look at how long other smart contract ecosystems took to develop to know that Cardano is doing just fine, only 10 months or so down the road. When we look at where we were at the launch of smart contracts to where we are now, I'd argue it really is like night and day. This is because we have so many committed individuals and teams working tirelessly in all different areas of expertise, different directions and fields, but all with the common goal to successfully build out and contribute the vital pieces of the wider Cardano puzzle. So let's go through some of the specifics that form this collective effort that I speak of. In IOG, we have the continuous research and labs being deployed that supports the continuation of an ever-evolving technology, while simultaneously delivering the development rollout of the current roadmap. This approach not only facilitates further innovation, but also breeds the ethics and values throughout the community that long term is sure to produce an ecosystem unlike what we have seen in crypto to date. We have teams and individuals dedicating their times to writing SIPs to support the continued improvement of the Cardano blockchain. Take the Vassal upgrade for example. Some of the most important SIPs authored by the community are moments away from being implemented that's going to completely enhance the developer and user experience, providing the green light for numerous protocols to launch and many more to come thereafter. This will only continue in the months, years and decades to come. We can see in real time the effects of the SIP process, and the contribution in this area is only increasing. We have teams, projects and individuals constantly submitting catalyst proposals for new protocols, tooling and infrastructure to be deployed that improves everything from the developer experience, blockchain health, to further use and utility for the general user. The world's largest decentralized innovation fund is in full swing, and just like the SIP process, the participation here continues to increase. On the sidelines, we have a whole range of new projects being built or waiting on Vassal to deploy that's going to drastically change the landscape of the Cardano ecosystem. Stablecoins, lending and borrowing, world-class trading platforms and identity solutions to name but a few. Not to mention many projects that we in the Cardano community are not even aware exist as they're in the very early stages of development. We have numerous examples of developers from successful existing protocols contributing to aid the development of new protocols, whether that be in advisory roles or hands-on development, a real collaborative effort to build out our ecosystem. Not to mention the teams constantly tweaking and evolving their current products and or delivering new features for existing protocols, raising the standard, creating healthy competition, and further enhancing the utility. As mentioned many times on this channel, we have IOG and community developers rigorously testing Vassal, working towards the common goal of getting us across the finish line safely. We have a wonderful SPO community upgrading to 1.35.3 whilst maintaining the security and health of the network. We have a wider community collectively spreading good vibes through social media, minute by minute, celebrating successes, addressing concerns, fighting the FUD, and sharing information that goes a long way in informing newcomers and keeping everyone up to speed as developments take place. So I guess what I'm getting at here, when you have such a collective effort, different interests, expertise, all contributing to a common goal, but working in many different directions, it's no wonder the ecosystem is where it's at today, and you can only imagine, as this process continues, how far we can progress in even a relatively short time horizon. It feels like we really are reaching a boiling point of activity, currently simmering, but on the verge of spilling over to an abundance of commercial activity. Whilst other communities are oblivious to what's actually happening here, when you look just below the surface, it becomes evident that as a result of this collective effort, the speed of development is increasing rapidly, and Cardano is quickly forming into a completely unrecognisable ecosystem. The perceived slow build-up is going to catch many by surprise. As the snowball effect builds momentum, very soon it's going to be difficult to keep up. Now, speaking of existing products that continue to innovate and improve, check this out from Typhon Wallet. Here they introduce new wallet release version 2.3.1 that includes instant transactions, the first of its kind in the entire Cardano ecosystem. So instant transactions sounds very interesting to me. Here's a great thread from Ashish, creator of Cardano Scan, Typhon Wallet, and CEO of Flack Finance, explaining exactly what it means and how it works. So he explains instant transactions are made possible with the power of UTXO. With transaction chaining, basically you can spend funds that are yet to be confirmed on chain and are sitting in the mempool. By using those to be confirmed UTXOs, you can essentially create another transaction. For example, if Bob sends 5 ADA to Alice, the transaction waits in a mempool to be added to a block. If somehow Alice knows that she's receiving a transaction of 5 ADA from Bob, she could send 4 ADA out of it to John by using that pending UTXO from Bob, even before the transaction from Bob is confirmed. This is called transaction chaining, as both transactions will essentially get on-chain and confirmed. By doing transaction chaining, we can save time by doing more transactions and without waiting for every transaction to get confirmed. Typhon Wallet until now allowed Typhon users to chain their own transactions by using a user's own pending transaction as input to allow them to send more transactions before the first ones are confirmed, and hence Typhon users can send practically more transactions before waiting for the first ones to get confirmed until they have enough funds, a non-blocking user experience. But now Typhon Wallet ups its game further, and for the first time in the Cardano ecosystem, Typhon users can see pending receiving transactions from every other user's Cardano wallet, and also use those funds, again without waiting for a block confirmation, and Typhon will chain those transactions. Typhon does this by looking at the mempool and scanning for pending UTXOs that a wallet is expecting. This ultimately enables the user to interact with NFTs or tokens instantly without having to wait for the transaction to settle. It's pretty game changing, and it's definitely making me reconsider my favourite go-to wallet on Cardano. Now, as you may be aware, attracting new developers into the Cardano ecosystem is vital for accelerating growth and adoption of the blockchain. One of the criticisms levied at Cardano is it's not developer friendly and therefore can't attract the fantastic talents in the wider developer communities. However, work is well underway in improving the developer experience and creating solutions that pave the way to bring more developers into our ecosystem. Now take a look at this table courtesy of RedSpark, collating the projects working towards delivering alternative Plutus frameworks for Cardano smart contract programming. Here you can see a whole range of alternatives to Plutus being developed, many of which applying for Catalyst funding that need our support. In all different stages of development, here you can see they offer solutions based on common or more widely used programming languages such as Rust, JavaScript, TypeScript, Solidity, Scala and PureScript that offer alternatives to writing Cardano smart contracts, interaction with and alternatives for the PAB, the compiling of programs into more compact Plutus core scripts, experimental coding and more. Now, with my limited understanding of the actual technical aspects, I certainly understand the importance of this kind of development and positive impact it's going to have on the growth of our ecosystem. Once again, this is another great example of that collective effort where the Cardano community is providing vital solutions that will attract more developers and in turn fuel greater adoption of the blockchain. Now, everybody likes rewards, but sometimes in blockchain we participate in some form of ISPO or process that makes us eligible for a reward token. However, if the payout isn't automatic, as time passes by it's easy to forget that at some point action is required, which can result in us leaving those precious rewards on the table. So for anyone who may have participated in the Minswap testnet submitting that feedback form, You're now eligible to go claim your rewards at ToSiDrop. Simply go to ToSiDrop, linked in the description, connect or search your wallet stake address used during the testnet process, and your rewards will show ready to be claimed. I've also linked the article that provides a step-by-step process to claim those rewards. It might also be a good time to go and have a roundup of any other ISPOs that you took part in, and follow up with the team's official social media accounts to see if you have other unclaimed rewards ready and waiting. Before we close off today, it's important to remember we really are on the cusp of a monumental milestone for the Cardano blockchain. With all the new capabilities that Vassal will bring, combined with this collective effort that just keeps growing in strength, speed, and quality of its delivery, things are about to really heat up in our ecosystem. As always, I'm going to be tracking Vassal, all the tech developments and ecosystem growth as it happens with On The Pulse updates, delivering that bigger picture perspective as it all unfolds. So that's it for today's installment of Cardano Insights, as we continue to spread those positive Cardano vibes. If you found value in the content, then please be sure to comment, share, like, and subscribe to the channel. You can also support our single pool operator initiative by delegating to the Meritus stake pool. Just search ticker Merit. We'll be back tomorrow with your daily roundup. Until then, thanks for watching, have a great day, and as always, keep it Cardano.